Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into a sci-fi screenplay called Time Invasion. And let me tell you, this thing kicks off with a bang, a bizarre anomaly, a team of what looks like ordinary people but who are hiding some major secrets, and they get dropped right into a mystery that, well, it might just break time itself.
All right, here's how we're going to break this down. We'll start with the unexplained anomaly that gets everything going. Then, we'll meet the team they put together. After that, we'll dig into the lost government site they're trying to find. And finally, we'll look at the trail of contradictions they stumble upon.
So the story doesn't open with a character. It opens with an event. There's no dialogue, no big introduction, just this silent, deeply unsettling scene in a national park that screams, something is very, very wrong here.
So, picture this. A beam of blue light just sprouts up in the middle of a forest. And everything it touches, everything, the trees, the rocks, the ground itself, instantly ages, dies, and just crumbles to dust. Gone. And what's left behind? A single, perfect, metallic circle on the ground. It's like a tiny, focused apocalypse. And that's our first big clue.
Okay, so you see something like that happen, who do you call? The answer? Well, it's probably not who you're thinking. Let's meet the 6 people who get pulled right into the middle of this whole thing. All right, first up, we've got Scott Jenkins. You could say he's the one who gets the ball rolling. He's the guy who gathers all his old buddies for what he says is just a trip into the woods. But yeah, it's pretty clear there's way more to it than that.
Now, being a famous game designer is cool and all, but here's the kicker. The script hints that he might also be this notorious hacker, Radar Ghost. And suddenly, everything clicks, right? His little camping trip starts to look a whole lot less random, especially when you find out where they're headed.
Next up is his buddy Adam Ferris. On the surface, he's a creative type, just like Scott, a writer. But when you look closer at his background, there's this big blacked-out section, a part of his life that's clearly top secret.
And boom, here it is. The guy has top secret clearance. He was involved in something called Operation Blackgate. So no, this is not just some random writer tagging along. This guy is their inside man. He knows government secrets, the kind people aren't supposed to know.
Okay, so we've got our hacker and our government insider. Let's meet the group's musician, Andrew Drew Majors. And he brings a completely different vibe and a totally different set of skills. Yeah, he's the frontman for a band, but that's not his most important skill here. The guy is a genius at jury-rigging things, fixing or building anything out of whatever's lying around. And let's be real, if you're out in the middle of nowhere about to mess with who knows what, that is exactly the person you want with you.
And that brings us to the last of the core group of friends, Jim Dawson. And Jim? Well, Jim is the wild card. He's got a past that's equal parts brilliant and, honestly, pretty tragic.
And this is so important to his character. He was a lead designer at a cutting-edge medical software company before he had a complete breakdown. So you've got this person who is without a doubt a genius, but he's also incredibly unstable. He's both their biggest liability and maybe their secret weapon.
Okay, so this group of friends is a lot. They're a potent mix for sure, but they can't get where they're going on their own. They need a pro. Enter their guide, a guy who introduces himself as Inigo Montoya. And yeah, if you're a movie fan, you know the joke. The funny part is, he has no idea. Right, so while his alias is a pop culture reference, his real-life skills are no joke at all. His real name is Hector Peña, and this guy is a logistical powerhouse. He runs 17 different companies just to support his family. He is the definition of a professional, and he's the one who can actually get them to this impossible location. And the last person to join the team is April Alexander. And calling her smart is like a massive understatement. This woman is a certified off-the-charts genius.
Get this, graduated from Harvard Law at 14. 14! But don't just file her away as a book-smart academic. She's also a professional-level gamer known as Mistress Death, and that's crucial. It tells you she's not just smart, she's competitive, strategic, and she knows how to think and act under incredible pressure. So now we know the who. Let's talk about the where, because this isn't just any camping trip. They are heading to a place that, if you ask the government, simply does not exist.
So their guide, Inigo, lays out this brilliant bit of government sleight of hand. For decades, everyone's been obsessed with Area 51, right? Turns out that was the whole point. They leaked the name Area 51 to make everyone look over there, while the real secret stuff with the Roswell craft was happening at a totally different place called Site 6. It's genius, really. A perfect misdirection.
But then he drops another bombshell. Their real target, a place called Site 7 that has since vanished, is tied to this old local legend. The story goes that some hikers in the 1920s got lost in a valley. They thought they were in there for a week, but when they came out, a whole year had gone by. So, wait a minute. Their destination isn't just a secret base. It's a place where time itself gets weird.
Okay, so the team starts heading toward this legendary, time-bending site, and almost right away, they start finding clues. Clues that make absolutely no sense.
So the first thing they find is a helicopter. A modern Sikorsky R4, and from the looks of the wreck, it went down very, very recently, like minutes ago.
Okay, but here's where it gets crazy. There's a blood trail leading away from the modern helicopter crash, and they follow it right to a campsite. Except this campsite is from the 1800s. We're talking French Napoleonic era. And it's not some historical ruin. The fire is still smoldering. It looks like people are living there right now.
So let's just put this side by side, because this is the core of the mystery. You have a modern helicopter that just crashed, leading to a fully active campsite that's 200 years old. These aren't just two clues separated by time. They are two different time periods happening at the same time in the same place. It's physically impossible.
So this leaves us with the big central question that's going to drive this whole story. Are these 6 uniquely skilled people just on some strange hiking trip? Or have they just stumbled into the one place on the entire planet where time itself is well and truly broken?